Yeah, Rid, I'm gonna hop over if you wanna send me one here.
Sure.
Oh, we're going to Kargat? I was in Booty Bay.
Yeah, we're gonna drop the buff in Booty Bay first, and then Hearth to Kargat.
Ah, that's what I thought.
Oh no.
We'll probably drop the buff in like 5 minutes. Did you forget to switch it again, Rid?
No, the rogue just killed him.
Oh dang.
For some reason, all the macros in my general tab got wiped out.
Cror, we'll have you drop it in about like 4 or 5 minutes.
Any summons to BB?
Yeah, I believe we have some more people there. Thank you again, Rid, for summoning people.
Yeah, no problem.
Hey, what's up with it, guys?
Let's swap over real quick so I can get Rid here as well.
What's up,
Yeah,
Andrew?
summon too.
Sounds good.
We're they're trying to do ZG buff real quick, so they're dropping it as a group. I already have it though on my Druid, so we'll hang for a couple minutes, kill some stuff on the shaman until we're ready to leave Kargath.
Yeah, I thought about passing leader and then forgot.
Westworld in 45 minutes, huh? You know, it's funny. One of my good buddy's parents owns the house that they use in Westworld. The that one that's like on the bluff, the really crazy contemporary one, looks like Iron Man's house. Yeah, pretty insane. What's up, Andy? How you doing, bud? Welcome to the stream. We're just chilling here for a few minutes till we log over. We're probably gonna run from Kargath here in like probably 3 or 4 minutes.
All right, let's have everyone log in that's trying to get the buff. We can drop it here in just a minute.
One of those empty wind. I know, dude. The
Or are you in position to drop it?
my gear's actually pretty good on my shaman, actually,
Awesome.
like stat wise. We have our weapons kind of like our weakest link because it's 2.7 attack speed, right? So even when we get Wind Fury and stuff, like it definitely hits hard, but it doesn't hit as hard. It just hits more consistent with this setup. We have like this, for example, Jeklix Crusher. That we can use that's 3.6 speed or whatever it is. I really want to get like a good two-hander on this character though. Just try and like have some really sick like one-shot, Wind Fury one-shots.
Alright, anyone else who's not online right now needs ZG buff. We're gonna be dropping it very shortly.
There's just 30 seconds, so I think some people are probably just waiting for you to call it.
Crow, you can go ahead and drop it then. Let us know when you drop it.
It was
Oh,
dropped.
is that it right there? Perfect.
Yep. You have about 20 seconds to log in for your buff.
I always get mine like 10 minutes before we get like all ready to go because someone else drops one. Go. It's very convenient.
Alright, let's hearth over to Kargath. You get ready to run over. Guys, do not log out. Let's have everyone else log back in. Everyone that's logged out in Kargath.
What do you think of them bringing back totems in Shadowlands? I haven't looked that much at the Shadowlands stuff. I am glad it looks like they're doing a lot of changes to make Shadowlands more similar in a lot of ways from like to Classic, which I'm really excited about. So I haven't looked at the specifics because it's still like alpha, right? So much stuff could change. So I don't want to like get all excited and get my hopes up, and then there'd be a bunch of stuff that they like remove out of, you know, out of what they're planning on doing or whatever. But if they are doing that, that would be awesome. I really want them to implement back like talent trees and stuff, like we have in Classic.
Yeah, let's start leaving Kargath right now. And summon anyone else we need when we get there.
So this is our setup. We're gonna rock basically, I think, all raid. We're at 9% hit. Might throw in a couple different pieces for trash, but this is basically what we'll be using. Did rank 13 grind on my Druid back in 2006. Don't have time to play WoW anymore, but enjoying the Moonkin Shaman videos and streams. Hey, thanks, Andy. I appreciate that, man. I feel you. The PvP grind is incredibly time consuming. I haven't really tried to participate in that at all, but we've got some people in our guild that have been doing that, and it's daunting. A lot of stuff, a lot of time, a lot of effort.
Loophole in here? Can Loophole make it tonight?
He cannot.
No.
We'll have our class talent tree.
Is Jeff in here?
What'd you say? We'll have a class talent tree and our covenant talent tree to work with. But the class talent tree is like the same as the current one, right? Like where you have like 3 options in each row. Isn't it that same? I know the talents like are getting kind of revamped or whatever, but that's the same. It's the same structure, right? Part of what I really liked about what I like about the classic talents is like there's like you can not pick certain talents and be stronger and weaker in like certain aspects, you know. We also don't have details on, so let's turn that on real quick.
since it's pro players again.
You think so? Yeah, if we have talents similar, so like Legion's a good example of like, so to me personally, what I thought was really cool of a newer way of doing it was the way they had like the artifact weapons in Legion, right? But at the beginning, like before you could unlock every talent in the artifact weapon, like the fact that you had to pick and there was like 3 or 4 talents you couldn't get, like you didn't have enough points to get, and you had to decide like, do I want to be offensive? Do I want to be defensive? Do I want to like, you know, what are my strengths and what are my weaknesses? That was really cool. I like that setup where there was like consequence to the decisions you're picking. It wasn't like, how quickly can I fill out every talent? There's no choice, right? There's no choice in that. You're just, how quickly can I get all of them is not, there's no options. So it forces everyone to basically just play the same way. I really like when there was like, you couldn't fill the whole tree out. It's like, well, do I want more bleed damage or do I want more burst damage? Or do I want more heal over times or do I want more burst healing? Or do I want more survivability or sustain? Or, you know what I mean? Like there's just all kinds of options. I really like that. I hope that they bring something like that back to some extent, but I don't. That might be wishful thinking. Try to trade me candles? Let's get ready to pull here, guys. Get buffs up. Rid, I innervated you.
Thank you.
Should be pulling here in just a second. I'm curious, this is going to be our first time going through Molten Core with this much hit. So I'll do this just for VOD's sake here when this posts. This is the setup I'm basically going to be running. We might sub out a piece or two during trash, but for boss pulls, I'll more than likely just keep this on probably the whole time.
Switching his main to a shaman so we can all have one
So
Fury totem.
we have 9% hit here. We have rallying cry, so we're at 23 crit, 411 damage.
I would just like to also announce, since I am no longer technically a caster, I'll be changing from hating on mages to hating on rogues.
Easy, buddy.
This is one of our warlocks is re-rolling on his shaman.
Good. Nikius hasn't wiped a raid yet, so it'll be better for us.
I
Alright, we're ready to go.
have no idea what you're talking.
Can we just get one clicker outside to help summon?
One person pop out.
All right, can we go ahead and start pulling?
Yep, let's do it.
Who's that? The guy that was talking the shaman? That's Nikus. That's Nikus. His warlock is like the same name, like minus the second eye or something, but he's been a warlock that's raided with us for like the entirety of classic. So he just recently got his shaman 60 and he's like really down to play enhanced shaman, and we're short on shamans. Shaman's kind of a tough role to find people that are consistent and reliable. So
Let's stack them up and just leave them down.
why is it doing that? Why is it targeting? That's super weird. I don't know if you guys see that. It was like targeting allies for some reason. I wasn't clicking on anyone.
Make sure to dismiss your pets as well before we do this.
We're gonna get his Firelord first. Yeah. Just to be safe.
Why is it doing that, dude?
Alright, so now everyone dismiss your pet as soon as this lava spawn dies. Dismiss your pet, dismiss your pet, dismiss your pet.
You got someone in the lava at Strava. Be someone Strava.
Feel Strava. Yeah, well, I'm away from the wall.
Alright, I'm gonna move up and grab this Annihilator. Let's start moving up, guys.
I don't want to jinx it, but all of the times we've done this, I have not fallen in the lava once.
Make sure you're off that top whip, otherwise you'll evade above this Annihilator.
Why is it doing that, dude? Why does it keep targeting allies?
We're gonna go on this Core Hound right after this, to our close right. Grabbing the Core Hound.
We got that Surger Pat. Just went by too.
Stack up, guys. Gonna grab this Core Hound to the left.
Dude, that's, I don't know. My mouse keeps like targeting random shit. I can't figure out what the fuck's going on.
Stop clicking.
It's targeted Ryan like 15 times for some reason.
Are you trying to starfire?
Restart.
I think I'm trying to Starfire Ryan.
That was the true enemy.
I'm gonna grab these right away. Pull back. Pull them away from the Core Hound. See if we can snag him.
See if I can drink real quick. Nice.
I need to redrop tokens.
Now your turn.
Nice job, guys.
I just need to pick my food up. Just gonna put myself on pause.
Okay.
Drop him in lava.
No, Fu has to go first.
get a volunteer to mine for me? I don't have inventory space. Thank you, Faith.
Oh.
Chat. Let's get some summons going.
What a way to lose your world buffs, huh, Henry?
My buffs.
I'm good. Perfectly fine. I was trying to intercept midair. It didn't work.
Looks like you're playing hot potato down there.
My buffs.
Yeah, it's like I'm playing DDR, but only one button. Yeah.
I'll pay a warlock 5 gold. Summon me first.
Here, Glark, come closer. Come this way.
I'm running away.
You got so much to live
Can't run away from your problem.
Please.
No Shammy Love? What do you mean? No raiding on the Shaman tonight? So Thursday, Sunday is like our main raid night. So that's it's basically always gonna be on my Druid. I'm trying to figure out. I want to try and raid on my Shaman too, but I don't really know.
Oh my god. Oh no, Chungus fell in. Oh god, guys, come on. Please don't fall in the lava.
It was kind of cute when I did it. Now it's just embarrassing.
Part of the game. Really? I leave you guys for like 5 minutes and see what happens.
Everyone's taking a dip in the lava. It's refreshing. Should we get a banish on the Surger?
Jesus.
Couldn't bear to have you dumped into the lava while you weren't here, so we told everyone else to jump.
Okay.
There's a Surger behind us.
But yeah, I want to try and run a.
Oh.
I really want to try and get into BWL on my Shaman, but
Everyone's back here.
Forgot about that guy.
yo, Flump with the big host, dude. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that, man. Alex coming in clutch. Thank you, sir. Alex, what were you just doing? Were you just raiding?
Let's banish him, get the imps.
Raking with the follow. Hey, thanks, homie. Welcome, welcome. Hey, yo, Rakin, what's good, man? Come from Flumpland. Welcome, welcome. From one chicken to another.
Alright, hook the right. Start throwing up shadow protection when we get a chance.
So I'm thinking on this fight I might DPS in human form. So I can just decurse myself right away. I feel like half the time I get really screwed not getting decursed quick enough. Raken's being nice. Flump, what were you just doing? Are you raiding tonight or what you got going on? We're gonna pop consumes here, but I've been kind of waiting till we got over here. Rated BWL, then some BGs. Nothing good dropped out. I mean, that's a bummer. Nothing exciting.
Yep.
Right. Thank you, Zan. Alright, gonna pull these back. Henry, you have star. Clara, you have circle.
Wait, don't want to rip aggro. All I need is tier and lock, which of course, which is a bonus, and then you're finished with BWL, dude. I feel like, so in your guild, who else do you have rolling on Lockamere besides you? Jesus Christ, dude, this stuff just died so quick. I couldn't even hurricane. Like, so for us, the way we have it set up is it's only shamans. So like, Nikus is in hand, so we have 3 shamans, and then me, there's literally only 5 people. Right? So the odds are good. I think we've gotten 3 so far. So there's literally only 2 more people that need it. We might have even gotten, we have 4 so far? Dave's got 1. No, we've gotten 3 so far. All healers. Healer prio. Can't fly in Moonglee because I'm not a druid. Azeroth has no classy quality.
Pulling it back.
I'm just gonna hurricane off the bat here instead of moon firing.
All the way back to the volcano, guys.
Warriors make sure once they're all dead to figure their corpses.
Alright, we'll have Hungry on Skull, Dryad.
What's up, Suriga? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Welcome.
Someone come back.
Grab a distract on
Good.
them, maybe.
Yeah, get some distracts.
We need a lot of mana still. Just wait for that.
So I got a comment on this earlier, so it's probably a good time to talk about it real quick here before we pull. But someone was asking about Rentum tuber food versus Nightfin. So currently on content that's really quick, that's like farm content where fights are lasting like a minute or less, I've been using the intellect food, and this also ends up gaining more value if you do have the ZG buff,
You weren't here for it, but
because it scales with the intellect amount, right? So you basically are gaining 15% bonus from the intellect food using the new shoulders. Oh, you know we're using the new shoulders, dude.
Matt, when you're ready.
That 9% hit. Looking forward to it. Let's see how we do here.
Keep the group tight. Decurse, dispel.
Don't die too quick. Ah, we lost some there, dude. I was casting on the X and it literally died before the cast went off. Feels bad. This is nice though. Shit dies fast enough. We don't have to worry about the.
Nice job, guys.
How do we do? 312.
That's actually incredible. I think Nick has debuffed half the raid with his weapon and poison like everybody.
Fucking legend.
Absolutely incredible.
Not a good start to his first raid.
Pretty close.
Or
to
a
everything,
great
that's
start to my raid.
Hey, for the I don't have assist. Can you give me assist? It's not. It's not letting me post.
Oh yeah, sorry. Alright, pulling this back. We'll do this as a solo pull, and then pull the.
Wiggles, do you need that? Wiggles, wiggles, wiggles. Do you need the tome? Okay.
Okay, we're just gonna pull both of these at the same time. Why not? So I'm not even gonna mark them. So let's group them up at melee time. I'll pull the left pack. No, just
People are saying ZG Trinket is better for short fights and Starfire is a slow cast. Yes. Short answer to that is yes. I believe that is 100% true. I'll tell you the math here in 1 second. What's the worst class to fight against as a balanced druid? A good hunter is probably the hardest matchup, honestly. I think a good hunter is the hardest matchup. Where are you from? I'm from California. SoCal, Southern California. Warlock wins that. You think Warlock's harder than Hunter? So the thing with Warlock is that if you just kite, like you just kite around, dude, I need to like unplug my mouse. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Dead, start drinking so we can have warriors use this rage on the fight.
Oh, let's see if that fixes it. I don't find Warlock that difficult because you can outrange their fear. I think it's like a 25-yard range, right? So that's not that difficult for me to play against in like most scenarios. Lock's pretty easy to kite his balance. Yeah, that's like kind of my feeling too. They're definitely, they can be strong. If they get like a death coil fear off on you, you're more likely dead. But if it's like a duel, for example, and you just stay max range, they can't really do much to you. You just got to keep kiting and you should be able to out sustain them.
Yeah. Molten.
Why is he out of range all of a sudden? What the fuck? That was weird. Ouch, dude. 2 resists in a row. If I'm in SoCal, am I in the Coachella area? No, I'm not in the Coachella area. I'm not. I live in San Diego. Beach City. I just sap blocks and run away. That's what I'm thinking. DC is crazy and Fell Hunter pets. Fell Hunter pets are really rough. That's definitely a really big issue with like Warlocks, but I think Hunters are more difficult if they're good. Wow, dude, that's actually a big drop right there. Give me 1 sec to do loot, guys. I need to see someone soft res some of this stuff, I think. We have God of War. Okay, so I got God of War with the soft res on the Striker's Mark.
That's you.
Congrats, God.
Congrats, man. Alright, pull these imps back out.
So no one rolled on the warrior gloves. I'm assuming those are a pass.
Yeah, I think
If that's not, then just speak up. Deep Earth Spalders. Nikus, I would roll on those if I was you for main spec.
Is it enhanced?
Yeah, just because Earthshock still is a portion of your rotation. So it's better. I mean, if they're better for Ellie than Enhance, but they're good for both. Then we have hunter legs. Those aren't soft res, are they?
Alright, let's have everyone move across.
No, they're not.
I think Fate's the purple tier 1, right?
You got Fate with the 14. Congrats, Fate.
Terrible rolls.
Yeah, both Fate and I just need the helmet. It's never dropped.
Yeah, I know. You guys both have had it soft res for a while. Oh, we got ads.
I think Homo has it.
Kill the lava spawn first, guys. Can you mark one of them? Yeah, there.
Yep. I'll grab this search right here.
Fate, where are you? Trade. Nikus, can you open trade with me when you get a chance?
Nice. Hunter brace.
Sorry, guys. After the bosses, the loot gets a little hectic. Nice living Temecula. Yeah, nice, dude. Temecula's not far at all. Like wine-ish country. Anyone need those? Hunters.
Sure Wiggles does. Nice, grats, Wiggles.
Wiggles with the 82. Wiggles just open trade with Coachella whenever. If they have pet resistance gear, then yeah, they suck. But a Barks can hibernate and use game offhand to another benefit with Stomp to nuke them. Yeah, so what I'd say is with Hunters, it's the hardest is because you have to usually dispel poison, which forces you to get out of Moonkin form. And if they catch you with an aim shot or multi-shot while you're doing that, they can easily like chunk half your health like instantly. So that's like the biggest issue I have, not to mention the pet knockback. And like you're saying, if they have really high pet resistances, then it can resist hibernate like 2 times and they can just chew through you while you're getting resisted. Makes it really rough. That's not like, if the hunter's not that good, then it's fine. It's not difficult. But if you play against a really good hunter that knows how to play against balanced Druid or Druid in general, they can be a really, really tough matchup to win. It's also contingent on like if you like root them, that your root doesn't miss, or like if you bash them, your stun doesn't miss or whatever. Those few things are really significant on that matchup because a couple quick attacks from the hunter, they will wreck you. Pop another int food again. It's pretty sick, dude. With the int food, we get 6,200 mana.
Alright, looks like I'm pretty much good on mana. It's gonna pull here in 3,
Hey, Racken, thanks for hanging out, man. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. I'll catch you here in a future stream.
Try to keep them stacked tight.
Just gonna cast on Gehennis.
Moving him out of the fire. Nice job. Grab this annihilator first.
I only use abolish poison as I run at them. They can't slow more than a second. Most of them are squishy, but bark skin counters their aim shot since it's physical damage. Yeah, the only downside I ever have with that is that it just has the global cooldown. So it just depends on like sequence of casts basically.
Remember, warriors, help me.
And sometimes if I time it poorly and they time it well, it's massive. But we honestly can beat any class one-on-one pretty reasonably.
A lot right off the bat, and then we lose threat, and then people would die. And lose
Yeah, Moonkin Form's super tanky. I mean, if you can be against any physical damage dealing class in Moonkin Form, you have a really big advantage, I feel like. Your damage output versus your damage mitigation is
built.
definitely in your favor.
I heard it has might.
Okay, off spec for the shaman gloves.
Alright, stay back here, guys. Stay back here. I'll pull this guy back before we move up.
I got Nikus with the 58. Going once, going twice. Got Nikus. Healing pants. Obek with the 41. Grats Obek.
Congrats, Obek. Alright, hug the left wall, guys. Alright, we're gonna move into this little cave here. And I'm gonna pull the destroyers.
Just go Baron again.
Do you wanna?
Yeah.
Oh, it's our friend.
Sure. Let's do that first before we clear the room. Searcher.
Fucking Brace or some might over here, dude.
You hate paladins, they're too strong. Paladin's a tough matchup too. It's hard to do enough damage to them to damage through the amount they can heal and like how efficient their healing is, since we don't have a kick, you know. Paladins are a tough matchup, yeah.
Side. I'll take Moon Hungry if you want to grab Square.
Dude, I can't figure out what that is that's doing that.
Got stunned on.
Something is like causing my mouse to click without me clicking. That's why it keeps like targeting people.
Burning Elemental, guys.
Okay, so no one wants warrior belt.
Pulling these guys back. Remember, wait to vanish.
Does anyone need bracers of might?
Pass.
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 Biggie.
You might want to pull him back a little bit. Just in case if Baron pats.
Yeah. I'm gonna grab square hungry. You wanna get moon?
Nix, can you pull your totem back?
Get away from the dead thing.
Biggie.
Are you using Naga? What do you mean, Noggin Fogger? What do you mean, are you using a Naga? Oh, my mouse? No, I'm using a Rocket Nith or Nith? Nyth.
Circle.
I'm using a Rocket.
Midnight. Wiggles.
I don't ever have any issues with it though, but there might be like drivers or something I need to update.
Stack right where the square is, and if you get the bomb, you run over to this corner, be yelling out your name. You guys are both in Discord, correct? Yeah, okay, I see both of you in there. Yeah, we'll be yelling out your name. So if we yell your name, you run to that corner. Can we get a distract?
I got first.
Okay, I see we're waiting on a little bit of mana.
Or you can put your normal gear on.
Maybe it's the detail add-on that I activated earlier. No, I've had this issue sometimes with my mouse. It just like kind of bugs out where like the clicks are like finicky. I don't know why. It doesn't happen often, but I've had it happen before.
Angrath, get out. Angrath, get out.
We're kind of up there on threat a little bit.
Cormac.
It's 70%. Popping off though, 420 DPS.
Everyone out, everyone out.
Let's go, kid. Pump it, go, go, go. Let's go.
Raya, get out.
One more. Dude, 453? Holy shit, dude. That's definitely a record.
Alright, you wanna go back to car?
453? Mages. Anyone need those?
Nickus. Mishko. Alright, pull
Nice,
the
Mishko.
back. Grab the Mishko.
Yo, can we get someone to pick up X?
Hungry Dry, I need one of you guys to pick up X.
I got it.
Okay, he's on Fawn.
Trey is taking over.
Okay.
Yeah, we're at 453 DPS that fight. Wonder how that is going to be parse-wise. Mishko trade.
We got the Corehound. We got the Corehound. Can I have someone pick up the Corehound, please? Alright, everyone on the Corehound.
It's a great example though, like getting a good chunk of hit. Like the reason our DPS was good right there was we didn't get any misses. So we stayed at like 450 for a really big portion of that fight. Rather than spiking and then just falling off and then it averaging out. The BOEs. This fight, I think, ought to be a little more conservative, though, on mana.
Okay, so we'll have Quan on Skull, Glar on X, Jiraiya on Star, Circle, Hungry on Circle. I'll take boss. Wait, no, just a little bit of mana, it looks like. Can we get ink buff on Loopy as well?
Yeah, you heard the man.
Okay, getting ready to pull here. Fuo, can I have you pull it actually?
We'll see. People are, in general, we're doing a lot of DPS though. The fight duration's like lasting very short compared to. Give him a second for threat there, then we'll. So far, so good. We're kind of high on threat. We're at 80%. We're at down rank here.
Pulling Skull up.
Okay. Casters, get rid of Skull.
Yeah, players, you might want to be careful.
It's a good way to not stop DPS, but also not pull.
Pull X out as well. X in circle. Casters, let's get Star down. Blair's move closer to the raid. You're gonna get launched.
Pretty good, I think.
Okay. X is
I
almost
got a
out.
Gar.
Moving Gar a little bit further back, just so we don't have the X right on us. There we go. Finish off X, please. Nice job. Alright, I will take Diamond when it comes off.
Gar has Moon. I'll take Square.
Hey, nice niggas.
I wasn't bad on guard DPS there either. Guys, get on the other side of the ads. Don't be towards all the packs. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? We literally just lost fucking world buffs because of that. Are you kidding?
Alright, get it, melee, get away, melee, get away. There we go.
How'd I even have aggro on that?
In here.
Nice.
That's so frustrating.
Alright, gonna pull these back. Skull's going to the left side. Bring X across. Alright, let's get Blair's up.
Look at the Soft res real quick.
Could group 4 get into play?
Does anyone want to off spec the shield? One hit with the 6. Priest helm, priest helm. I also have 1 hit down for the Aura Stone, but I'm assuming you don't want that now.
Last time. And then I also got that
Yeah. Okay, so we can just roll it off. No priest want the helm. Let's just enchant it. Okay. Or stone. Dat, you'll take the what, the priest helm? Okay, we can off-spec the hammer if no one wants.
Alright. Henry, are you going in?
No, stay down.
I'm gonna just have you. I'm gonna mark you then.
Sure, I'll play middle field here.
But with the 43.
We got like 10 healers. Everybody should go in.
Going once, going twice.
Yeah, what's wrong, Quan? You afraid?
Yeah.
Alright, guys, let's make a line.
I've been let down before.
It's crazy, dude. I wanted that hammer so bad for so long. Now we get it, and it's just off-spec rolls. No one really even wants it.
Just try.
How much debt you still got, Quan?
A handful. It's almost out though.
Is it? 'Cause I haven't seen any gold.
Yeah, I almost have the final chunk of Wummy's money. I think after tonight I'm gonna be near it. Pretty excited. And then there's that small chunk of money that I'm also
pulling in 3. Guys, melee. Wait till I get him into position.
Careful, I think we're gonna have a lot of guys way too close.
Yep, get the casters might need to back up a little bit.
Anger, I think I want to back up.
Get ready to decurse.
Oh, dude, that's so annoying.
Going out in 3.
Literally targeting like a warrior in front of me.
Oh, he's just coming right back to you.
Got him. Decurse. Nice job. Jesus, Clar. You're slap. Throws the dead.
Was it really a .001 new record? I'm seeing .04, dude.
I'm seeing .03.
Well, you know, that's neither here nor there.
I feel like it's plus or minus .05.
Do any warlocks need the boots? Well, I'm curious to see our parses on the bosses leading up to Gar.
I'm gonna pull him away, Ryan.
I'm bummed we lost that crit buff though.
Whoever's got him.
I think we're okay. Spot, I can keep that.
Crit buff and ZG. ZG's a lot, dude. It's like 500-600 mana. It's pretty noticeable.
Up to the left.
Uh-oh. Man overboard.
Can we
Reservoir, or no? Sunflower, rather.
Oh, look at all those buffs healing.
It just looks so pretty today, down in the lava.
Go ahead. I'm gonna fall in now.
Can we, yeah.
Thank you.
Loot wise, how would you guys handle T-Boo's Blazing Longsword? That's just like a BOE, isn't it? Is that like just a BOE world drop? If it's the item that I'm thinking it would be, it would... The way we have BOEs that we do in general is if someone's going to equip it to use it in the raid group, then they can like main spec roll the item and it can go towards their +1 if they're going to equip it. If it's a BOE, you can't off spec roll it though. And if it's a BOE, if no one wants to main spec it, then we take it and sell it like in the guild bank for just for gold for guild bank stuff, consumables or flasks or whatever we need for progression stuff. Got 2 of these. I'm gonna assume that no one wants to roll for those since no one wanted to roll for the first pair either.
That'd be a safe assumption. Is that Titan Forged? Oh, dude, Titan Forging in Classic would be so sick, dude.
Jesus Christ.
Can you imagine? Oh, awesome. You waited for like a single fucking item for like 3 months, and then like, you know, then you have to
Yeah,
wait
it's worth
another
10k gold. Yeah, so the item I know you're talking about, if that dropped, we would more than likely it would just be sold for like guild
Yeah,
bank
careful, guys.
money.
Good work, Share. Good
Yeah, if
work.
it drops, my guild would just split it and sell for everyone present in that raid. Yeah, we might do something like that too.
I'm standing where they shouldn't stand.
Moving this back down. Hold on, we got a core hound.
I mean, whatever. The goal of like all this stuff that we do loot wise is just to keep it fair. So whether that be, you know, that we provide
so it's this thing where,
consumes or help with
like,
mats
a
for,
boss
you
can
know,
drop like a normal piece of loot,
resist
like,
gear or
let's say
whatever.
Vendor Strike, except it'll be much more powerful because it's like a random chance to be better, and they call it Titan Forging. Well, that's like there's like 2 tiers. There's War Forging, which was like makes it better, and Titan Forging, which makes it like a lot better. Yeah, it is kind of it's not really great. People don't really like it, but they're taking it out in the next expansion.
So like you.
It's the same piece. It's just better. It's better stats.
It's just higher eye level.
That sounds awful.
It's terrible because you can never really get your best in slot because your best in slot's contingent on the piece you want also randomly being really good.
Best in slot, best in slot.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you could get the item that has like 20 spell power, but you need the one that has 35, and you just have to keep running it and keep waiting for it to see if you ever get it.
And you could also get like your 3rd best in slot, but it could be Titan Forge, so it's actually better than your 1st best in slot.
Hey, there you go.
The god.
At least Mythic Plus is kind of fun.
Any rogues? Any rogues? Any rogues?
I don't think so.
At least in the big one.
Silent. Going to silent, going once, going twice.
No, it goes to God.
Oh, was just rolling for fun? Okay, congrats, God.
Oh yeah, dry. That's like the best. That's like the best analogy, I think. Oh, that one.
Alright. I'll take Skull. We'll have Glar on X, Jiraiya on Triangle, and Hungry on Star, Quanya on Boss. We're just gonna group it all up together. Tanks have First Interrupt. Rogues will have Zoomers on Skull, Blast on X, Silent on Triangle, and God of War on Star. I don't want to see any heals go off this week, alright boys?
Hug the left wall, guys.
Just waiting for a little bit of mana. Alright, pulling in 3, 2, 1. Group them up real tight, guys.
What the fuck?
Get ready for the interrupts, tanks. Rogues are next.
Titan Forge Vendor Strike.
Yes, yeah, prophecy come true.
it heard you say its name, you like summoned it.
Nice. Yeah, vendors for 30% more. The Titan Forging vendors for.
Anyone need shoulders? Rogues. How would you guys handle the mount drop from ZG? So we just would roll it off with whoever's in the guild. I mean, whoever's in the run. Yeah, if we were able to get any of the mounts to drop, it'd just be whoever wanted to roll for it.
Shot the Surger.
Most of our whole like system with loot and everything is just to roll. It's just the most fair way to do it. And not have to like be keeping track of a system like DKP or something, for example. And then a handful of items like Thunder, Fury, you know, like the binding stuff like that will have a little bit of a different setup. See, our hunter got the double fist weapons, where he turns into
How big the cat man is.
turns into a cat.
Bigger than me. Now he's dead.
Now he's a pirate.
He's a pirate. He's a dead pirate. In some parts of the world, that's an upgrade.
I don't know, I'm getting some frame drops.
Alright, let's get mana. Do not pull this. Do not pull this. Do not pull this. We're gonna do the Annihilator right into the boss. We'll have Hungry on Skull, Dry on X. I'll take boss. Remember, wait to damage till he's all the way in the corner. We're gonna get Rage off of this Annihilator though, so let's make sure everyone's at full mana first. Alright, looks like we're good. Grabbing this Annihilator. Casters, save your mana, save your mana. Taunting first.
See if I can get some sword skill here before you guys kill it.
Alright, let's go ahead and move on to the boss.
Let Ryan get him in place a little bit first.
There we go. Big heals on Sabbath.
Ouch. 2 resists in a row. We got that one. We snapshotted that Moonfire with Toep right there. So you see the ticks are 213. We're able to get the snapshot because we got that crit on the second to last one. Dude, the hit gear feels so much better. Whoa, I didn't mean to do that. Accidentally double casted. Hey, dude, exalted. I just got exalted from that kill right there.
Nice, dude.
Oh, so did I. Shit.
Hey, we're like sisters.
Sister.
Lady brothers.
What do I get for being exalted?
I think you get literally nothing.
Oh, I've been exalted with these guys for a little bit today now. I must have missed it.
Mage robes. Mage robes. Oh, you know what? I can roll off Mage Blade first. Guessing some people might want that. No one wants those. Okay, we'll ask again in a second. Mage Blade. I think actually Biggie might have that. Let me see.
I don't think so. seem pretty excited about it.
Yeah, he's on the he has it soft resed.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, that's what I said.
Congrats, Biggie.
Dude. See general chat right there. Girlfriend won't hold my hand. Oh shit. Oh man.
Cold feet and observe social distance.
1 second, Ryan. So I need to switch and change my sets around.
Okay, just confirming. No one else wants the mage chest.
No, it's really bad.
Okay.
Craftable stuff's better.
Fire res though. My girlfriend makes me pay for her boyfriend's car payment.
Alright, tank, same targets as usual. Mages, Rid posted it. Mommy rants it, Rid share.
I put guns on square for his turtle. I forgot that we told him he has to do it now that he got the
Okay.
Alright, I'm ready.
Yeah, dude, always feels good getting a mage blade. We're pretty close to having no one but our rogues wanting that weapon, so we'll see here. We'll wait, let him get it down.
Make sure we get those sheeps out. Circle. Grabbing circle, pulling him in. We're just gonna cleave him down as well.
Time is loose, time is loose.
Yeah, I'm silenced. Thank you.
Alright, bring square down, or move first. I'm grabbing square. He's got it, okay.
Oh,
Alright, bring square now. Bring square now. Alright, bring down diamond. Nice job, guys.
Alright,
come on, give me all your treasures, you jerk.
Come on, go ahead and open it up.
Alright, let's have everyone start moving down.
He submits to these hands.
Oh shit, dude. Jesus, dude. Wiggles, do you need to leave?
Congrats, Wiggles.
Congrats, man.
Congrats.
Hey, a cauterizing band. Damn.
Yes, if 7 more of those drop, maybe I'll have a chance at it. Feels good to see one though. Good for the group.
This
Good for morale.
We got Dirty Dave with the cop band.
nice, congrats, Dave.
Congrats, Dave.
Congrats, Dave.
Congrats, Dave.
We also got a core hound tooth.
Oh shit.
Grats Fate.
Congrats, Fate.
Nice.
It's about as good a loot as you can get out of the chest.
I was about to say, that's actually pretty good.
A leaf, cop band, and a core hound tooth.
Considering some of that really awful loot you can get in that.
Yeah.
Oh god. You feign Icor? Did it work? Oh god, no. got a core hound up front.
We banished the Surger.
I'm curious to see how we can do on this
Destroyers, please. By the Corehound corpse.
this rag kill here with this much hit. Really wish I had world buffs to see, but
We got more Surger coming around. Oh, he can't. Normally high ground's, you know, advantage right there. It's the same set.
nature swiftness versus feral charge in PvP.
Can I start?
Honestly, for me, I would pick feral charge.
Midnight Wiggles, do you guys know this fight?
Did they see it in our wonderful alt grid?
Guns, can you give me AI, please? Mine's up in 5 seconds.
Sounds good. Just
Thanks.
spread out, find a safe spot where you're not knocking everyone around.
Wiggles, get out of here. Get out of here. Other way. Go that way. Go this way. I'm facing this way. Come over here. Go to that open area over there.
Oh yeah, look at that. Nice.
Here, Zan, switch sides with me so I'm in the middle of you guys.
Nickis, you're gonna have to drop your totem close to the tanks, kind of, and then dip out. 'Cause the blast is pretty
But yeah, Edward, so nature swiftness versus feral charge, to me, both are good, right? Both have their strengths in different situations. I generally prefer consistency over bigger cooldowns when it comes to PvP.
Yeah, I might be DPSing here, so you might want to scoot even further.
Because the consistency allows you to like have a specific kind of play style always, whereas when you're like cooldown based, your play style would be contingent on, you know, what cooldowns you have available. Both are great. My personal preference is I like the consistency. And feral charge is like has so many uses for it. It's an amazing ability for PvP. We go ahead and also Moonfire here. I think we can do it. I have pots. Hopefully we just don't get knocked.
Melee out.
got knocked back.
Yep, going in. Hold on, do not.
Wait melee, wait melee.
Alright, melee in.
Get melee in. Melee out, melee out, melee out. Melee in.
Shit.
Congrats,
Yo, grats,
boy,
man.
Blast.
Blast.
The dream have been answered.
What, the ring of sulfurus drop for him?
Alistar's defender.
Congrats, dude. That's awesome.
The first time Rasok lived through that fight.
That boss, like, he was like, Rasok was so close to me on threat. I'm like, okay, Liam, this is on you, dog. I feel like I'm like throwing out my threat.
Congrats, Blast. Alright, let's res all the dead.
Get ready for some ZG action.
Congrats, Blast.
Alright, let's start heading over towards ZG then.
I'll hand out loot here in front of ZG. For the other stuff, we can still roll. Just keep in the in
No,
group.
Nick, stay. You're gonna be playing your shaman full time now. So. Wait, did he take a port, Austin?
Ogremar.
Yeah.
Like there's
I'll just stay in the group and just land it, I believe.
on them legs. Yeah.
Midnight Wiggles, if you guys want to join us for ZG, you guys can. Same loot rules will apply though.
No choker, no choker. Feels bad, man. We're close to getting that, man. We're close to getting it. Strava is the only one in front of me, our Shadow Priest. What's going on? Why isn't my keyboard working? Okay, I have Obek with the Malistar's Defender on res. So grats Obek.
Congrats, Obek.
Yes.
He says he has it.
Oh. Okay, I can roll it off then. Leg Plates of Wrath.
I like these spec.
I don't think anyone needs a main spec. We can just off spec roll them.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all the tanks have. Unless Sebas needs.
No, I don't.
Got Quan with the 67. Going once, going twice. Grats Quan. Malister's Defender will go ahead and roll that if Obek already has it. One hit. Oh, you have that. You have the shitty version. Going once, going twice. Grats one hit. We have these. I would roll for them for Ospec because I actually don't have those yet, surprising enough. Dave already has those, right? Quan. Congrats me. And we have these random blues. Nice. Well, that was a great run, guys, except for me tanking one of the ads on Gar and losing my world buffs.
Yeah, that was my bad. I said I was gonna tank it and I got knocked back.
Yeah, I'll remember that.
That one blew up there and it like knocked everyone back.
Hey, but Austin, you didn't die on Rag, so you didn't lose your buffs there at least.
Yeah, oh, good, yeah. Yeah, good, right. I didn't lose world buffs twice. Do we want to go ahead and start splitting the groups?
Yeah, we can.
I got some people.
Here, I can leave just...
Nope, don't do it yet.
Okay.
I'm read officer chat. I'm just kind of splitting based on group number right now.
Okay.
Because in case we need to make any changes.
Yeah, no choker, man. So, yeah, our soft res system, the way we have it set up is it's me and then Strava are the last two people, I think, on soft res. We've been soft resing it for a long time. But he's got this neck, and I'm just using which, substituted around. Why the fuck does he have this thing on? That is DPS trinket? Jesus. Dude, we look like a nerdy caster. Let's be real. We look.
Hey, Zeppelin.
If 16-year-old me could look like a WoW character, I'd probably look a lot like this. It's a dweeb with glasses.
Guild do 15 agility and shit.
Thankfully, oh dude, now we look sick. Perfect.
I don't think so, but I'm not 100% sure.
Loopy can, I think, right?
Nope, I don't think so.
The 15 agility?
It's up to your boys.
You thought that I could do that like 3 separate times.
I thought you did it for me.
No.
This has been a recurring question.
Yeah. I was just like, oh yeah, Loopy can.
Loopy, I think Loopy's got you on that one, Fate. Hit up Loopy.
You'll be sorely disappointed.
Sometimes that's what life's all about.
There's a dude on the Zeppelin named Beef Panties.
Dying breath. Repair.
Yo, what's up, Cargos? How you doing, man? It's going good, man. We just finished Molten Core, head into ZG right now. We hit Honored today on our Cenarian Circle grind. We're doing good, man. Just hanging out. How you been, man? You haven't been streaming that much, have you? All this quarantine stuff going on. I've been like trying to catch a Cargo stream, but doesn't seem like you've been streaming that much. I saw you did a couple of the kind of hardcore event things.
Henry, I fucking before that wrath, I popped my blazing emblem too, so I was sitting like 40 over cap, and I still got knocked back.
Terrible.
So I wanna
Notice
know
how
what
I never get knocked back.
Well, it's only a 75% chance or something.
Been good taking a little break. Yeah, I feel that. It's important to don't burn yourself out. It's better to take a break than get burnt out. Getting back into it, man. It's good to see it, man. I'm stoked. Yeah, man. No complaints on my end, man. No complaints.
Careful, this old paladin's no, he's old 44, never mind.
That's what you're saying is you can kill him.
Yo, Cargo, so I just found this out. Someone in chat the other day made me aware that these existed even at all in the game. You should try and snag these on your Warlock if you're trying to get some more hit stuff. These drop off of the summonable bosses down in Silithus. 15 spell power. Oh, yeah, what's up?
Are there any other changes you want to make? Right now, your group is 5, 6, 7, 8.
5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I'm fine with that. That's fine.
Okay.
Do you want?
Let's have you guys reform then.
Alright, so we drop.
Yeah, everyone
Shit.
5, 6, 7, 8 drop group. Whisper Coach for an invite.
Rip Coach's inbox.
Oh no, Jesus.
So many dick pics.
I think Icor said he needed like a few minutes.
We move into a group 2.
Yeah. We'll have you guys popped on there. You are for tonight, Nikis. Alright, Team World, pop in here. Let's get ready to start pulling.
Ryan, you wanna give me master loots?
Sure.
Do you wanna do that, the thing we talked about with, like the loot, the threshold on changing in between trash and the bosses?
Yeah. Yeah, can you just try to remember to do that?
Yeah, you have to give me a lead to change it though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've got 13. Who am I missing? The tanks. The 2 tanks. 2 tanks are important, huh?
Okay, so you should have. I'm gonna read these off to you. You should have Polaris, Hungry, Silent, Jiraiya, Cormac, you, Fate, Sinister, One Hit, Olbeck.
Give me just 1 second real quick, guys.
Sherlino, Wummy, Icor, God of War, Glar, and Mishko. Did you get all that?
I'm now missing Icor and God of War.
Okay.
Obek. Yeah.
Oh, did we kick him or just
I booted.
Okay. And then the only else you're missing is God of War.
Yeah, but that's still, if I'm missing Icor, that's 17, 18. I'm still missing 1 more.
Is One Hit in there?
1 hit is not.
No, we don't have.
He said he was going offline. I thought I saw him say something.
Is there anyone in Coach's group that has 30 spell powered weapon?
Loopy should.
Do you have God of War?
I have God of War. I don't have Icor. I don't have 1 hit. And I think that's my 2.
Okay. Who is One Hit's brother? Is that God of War? Yeah. Can you text him, see where he's at?
Those are sick. Yeah, so all of that, I don't know if you guys have all done that yet or started messing with the summonable stuff in Silithus, but it's pretty interesting. It's actually pretty fun content. I like it. Yo, what's up, Rivsy? How you doing, man? Any fat loots? No real fat loots. We got some tier 2 legs for offset. Nothing too exciting, though. Big Rivsy is here. The Moon King himself. What all do I need from ZG? Dude, I've literally got nothing from ZG. So I need everything from ZG. We need the offhand. We need the cloak. We need the gloves. The rings would be nice, or one of them. Just the hit ring would be nice.
Let's gang.
Let me make sure. Shit, dude. I just disabled my bartender right there when I did that.
I'm just trying to make sure we get the groups figured out.
Best gamer out there. What's up, babe?
Yeah, you can.
Dude, I love that offhand, Henry.
You're summoning someone else out here.
Gloves and whammies are huge.
If you're in Team Star or running with
Chat, we got the girlfriend in the chat. Chat, say what's up, be nice.
In Discord.
Liam, are you here?
Gloves and whammies are huge. Dude, I really, so I think I told you guys this last time. I convinced the guild to make gloves balanced Druid Prio. So if they drop, they're mine, but...
Alright, we're gonna move one person over to the other group.
Can we pull the...
Back.
Jesus Christ. You guys might just want to fucking get out.
I'm maybe taunting.
Okay, never mind, here.
What is this? Why is this not letting me change this? There.
Can we sheep these axe throwers in the back, please? Moon and square.
I was in the wrong chat. I was so confused.
I know, same here.
Are we inviting someone else?
I think they're figuring that out.
Okay.
There's something else.
Oh, and could we just put the tanks in the tank room, or just mark them as tanks?
Yeah, for some reason it was like having me disable bartender to do that, so I'm trying to do it right now. Give me just 1 second. It made me like disable bartender to do that for some reason. I've been super unlucky with loot. Legit isn't dropping in my runs. Drops on my alt runs, dude. You know what's funny is I had that exact scenario. The first like 3 runs I did, I got the gear I needed on my shaman, on my druid, and vice versa.
I didn't even know those guys could drop bloodline. That's pretty cool.
Alright, I'm back.
Yeah.
Got the ZG mask, ring, gloves, and blue cloak. The blue cloak is actually pretty good. But I keep wanting to like wait because I don't want to main spec roll it and then be +1 and then the spell hit one.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, you joining us?
Yeah.
So that group has 1 mage now?
Yeah.
Hey, so T-Bird wants to come to our run. He's another Druid healer. Is there any specific healer gear, anything as far as like loot that he wouldn't be eligible for?
What do you mean eligibility?
Well, I'm thinking like...
He wouldn't have prio over somebody else who needs something.
I know, is there any of those items though for healers? Like, is there any of that stuff you guys need?
And rings, I guess, but I don't know.
Well, Beck, is he on or am I just tripping out?
He's getting on in like 2 seconds.
Okay. Can you are you in like another disc or something with him? I'm rocking the blue cloak and the mask currently. Yeah, the mask dropped for us too. It's the same thing that I didn't want to like main spec roll on it because there's like other stuff I need, right?
I feel like we should probably switch a mage for like a warrior or I don't know. It just seems weird to stack mages this hard when they're one of the classes that needs loot out of ZG.
Yeah, we have 5 mages in my group.
Sure. Yeah. Do you guys want Rasak? He's running late. He had to step away for a minute.
Yeah.
So he's still in.
We can send you Mishko or Rid or.
Mishko's AFK right now.
Oh, then is he AFK out of the thing?
It looks like he's in the dungeon.
Yeah, he's sitting by the door. He was there when I came in.
Okay. Do we know when he's coming back?
No, I think Rid. Did you just run off?
I mean, I'm still just standing over here, but if you guys want me to go back over to that group, that's fine.
Yeah, can you? Just because I don't want to wait for Mishko because he's gonna get locked when we kill Jindo.
Yeah. Okay. Alright, Grid, what's for me again when you're ready for a relight?
Yep, I'm almost back to the front door.
Okay.
One sec, guys. Sorry, I was trying to get the group set up and everything. This is kind of a pain in the ass, splitting from 20 to 20 from 40 people. It's like always kind of brutal.
Do we want to wait or just keep going a little?
I think we can just keep going.
Yeah, we can pull trash.
The fastest way got is just buying stuff on the auction house.
But, like, for example, I'm just trying to get my hunter exalted so I can buy the potions. That's all.
Yeah, fastest way to get rep is just through the BG turn-ins.
If you don't want to spend money, you can probably find a group that just clears trash without being locked.
I'm gonna die.
Coach, what are we doing with issues this week? Yeah, I was gonna ask y'all about the, like, which boss is it this week for the browser or that you have to use?
I don't think we know for sure right now. We have to go and like check the little tablet thing by it.
Okay, I have a browser, so I can put it down. So if I can get a reserve for the item.
Okay, yeah, we can see when we get there. To answer your question on the Bijus, I think we are going to just split them. Is the last... You're master loot right now, Loopy. What do you mean?
I can't change it though, since you're lead.
Oh, to rare?
Yeah.
Oh, got it.
We'll only leave you guys back.
But yeah, I think the plan is just to split it. So if we get 20 Bijus, then everyone will get a Biju. Is I think the plan right now.
Ooh, there's a bunch of ones on the side.
The mace is nice for Jin 2 for off healing. Yeah, dude, the mace is really good. Jindo and Hakar have really good loot. It's really like, that's the reason to run this is like Jindo, Hakar, and then trying to get the mounts.
Where'd Jake go? Where has he been outside? Or he's gonna wait
He was summoning.
Are we gonna wait for them?
Mish goes AFK, so we're not gonna wait for it. Fade, are you running back right now?
Yeah, I got jumped by a bunch of rogues.
Okay.
Let's just clear more trash. Something to do.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. Are you a tiger or raptor kind of guy? So between the two mounts in here, 100% would want the tiger. 100%. However, of all the like horde specific mounts, the raptor is my favorite horde mount. But the tiger being like its unique model and like not having any other option like that on horde side is my favorite for sure for the stuff out of here. It'd also be sick to be able to get the raptor too as a Torn, because there's no other way for us to get a raptor in classic, you know. So to be able to get a raptor would be also be really sick. Can you get a new AI, please?
Yeah, I think everybody might need a AI. All in all. Actually, we'll just completely rebuff.
Okay, looks like we have everyone here. How much longer is on your res sickness, T-Bird? Is he not in Discord? Okay, we can go ahead and start. Don't decurse. Don't decurse on this fight, T-Bird. Melee kill totems. One of you guys call totems when you see them, please. I can't see them easily from here. Totem, totem.
I'm bringing some skellies.
Totems.
Totem, 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 totem. Warlocks, can you please use Curse of Shadows and not Curse of Wreck?
Switch totem.
We have a lot more melee than Warlocks, though.
Damn it. But how much is the armor debuff on that?
It's a 640 armor.
Three, two, one. Congrats, Fate.
Rip, yeah, no, I know. It's a bummer. I saw gloves. I got excited. I was like, no way, gloves. No, of course it's the wrong gloves.
Does anyone want any of those other items? For main spec. Okay. Cover roll.
We want this, but this isn't something I would use in PvE, like raiding. I would just use it out in the world. No, it's main spec for the helm. Mummy, main spec.
Cormac, is that actually main spec?
Yeah, he wants to go +1. No, I'll pass it to Share.
Okay. Congrats, Share. these tank gloves.
We passed Loopy the master loot responsibilities on this run, so we can just chill it off the master loot.
Hey, no one wants them. Anyone need these arm splints? Oh shit, I pulled. Just let me die. Res me at least. Curve for the edge.
Got a berserk walking down the path.
Too much responsibility for some people. Pass you master loot and you just start running into mobs or what?
Yeah, I was not paying attention. Jesus. Aren't those bracers actually really good for warrior DPS?
Do you get that BG back there on that guy too?
Silent pulled, guys. We got feared into it.
On this guy.
Hungry take square or triangle.
Like, are those not really good for warrior DPS?
They are. But they're not this. And they're worse from MC, so.
Can we get a kidney on him? Have you gotten a chance to test Wrath on Veil? I haven't. It wasn't that bad. I was lucky with crits and didn't have the best spell power gear. Can send you the logs if you like to. Dude, I'm happy to have logs sent. That would be sick. I'm actually mentioned this earlier when I was streaming earlier today. I'm gonna put together a Balanced Druid Discord where we can easily kind of like have logs and use that as a platform. So wait on your logs to send them there because I'll do that in the next like probably 2 or 3 days. I've started working on it. Just kind of takes a little while to put it all together. But yeah, I think I have not. The short answer to your question is no, I haven't really gotten to test that effectively. I think my plan for Veil this next week is going to be rocking full fire resist gear and seeing if we can kind of avoid as much pushback with full fire resist and fire protection potions. That's what I've done on Fire Maw. That seems to be effective on Fire Maw. And so I think Veil would kind of be the same thing. Very similar fight mechanically. So that's what I'm thinking I'm going to try and do this week. I haven't tried that. I threw on some fire resist gear, but I didn't really try that this last week. So I'm going to try that this upcoming week and see how it does and kind of compare parses. We got a 99 parse on Fire Maw doing full fire resist gear. So that strategy obviously is working there from like a parse perspective. And so I'm thinking Veil might be the same kind of thing. And I do think if we have the greater fire protection potion and you have full fire resist, the duration of the potion should last a really, really large portion of the fight because of how much of the damage you're actually like negating just with resist alone. And so if that's the case, I would still be just sticking with my normal rotation, right? So you pop a fire protection potion before, and you basically just be doing Moonfire, Starfire, and then you'd pop another one as soon as that ran out, and you know, kind of just keep your normal rotation going. But we'll see. I've tried different things kind of every week, and have not had anything specifically stand out as being super effective compared to some other alternative. So we're trying to get a little creative, but I think full fire resist might be the answer on that fight, just to avoid pushback. So if you avoid pushback the entire fight, I think you're going to do more DPS than any other combination of stuff you could possibly throw at it. So even though you're going to lose DPS from being in fire resist gear, I think having minimal knockback is going to be overall a bigger DPS gain. The only thing I noticed with Veil Wrathfight is that there's still times where it's waiting for GCD. Yeah, exactly. You don't actually benefit. So Wrath doesn't actually benefit overall DPS wise for crits at all, because you can't cast faster than 1.5 seconds, right? So the only benefit it has on a fight like that is if you're able to get that 1 second cast off and avoid knockback, and the knockback portion were to happen in like that latter half second that you're negating because of Nature's Grace. But it doesn't actually give you overall more throughput unless that exact scenario happens, which it can. Definitely can happen on that fight. I just don't know how reliable that is, or how much I would be like banking on that, you know, as far as like parsing or like performance wise. Also, guys, another good little trick is get some of these super mana potions. They're really inexpensive, and there's a ton of fights that you can use those instead of the major mana potions, and that's enough to basically bridge the gap that you would need mana wise. It's a little gold saving trick there.
Why she didn't mark someone to have that debuff this time?
Can't wait for that Discord. Yeah, man, I'm actually excited because I've gotten a handful of people completely independent of each other suggesting something like that or wanting something like that. So I actually think it'll be a really good, I don't know. I think it'll be really good just for that community, because it's relatively small community of people, and there's a bunch of people that hop in the chat. Like Rivsy's one for sure that is like a parse god. He like kills it in the raid. So it's like being able to have people like that in the community also that are, you know, really pushing the limits and doing what they can, and answering questions and stuff is gonna be a cool, I feel like a cool community we'll be able to kind of develop there. So I'm looking forward to it a lot.
Hey, I think lowest roll wins, coach. You want to re-roll?
Yeah, right. Re-roll against each other. Oh, Beck, sorry. Did you ask me something?
No, I was just wondering if you're trying to say stuff during the fight or anything.
No. I can't. T-Bird, have you done this raid yet? Just so I know, because I'm happy to explain stuff if there's stuff that you haven't done any of these fights or something. But all of us,
He's in here, is he?
Yeah. You have not done this raid before? Okay, I'll give you like a quick little rundown of like stuff for you to watch for. But I think everyone else in here has done a lot of this stuff before, so I'm not gonna go through and explain the fights for everyone, but I can let you know.
I kind of figured.
Westworld is over. Another great episode. Dude, Andrew, I've heard that's a good show. I need to watch it. I honestly haven't watched it at all, but it's on the list. With quarantine now, we might have time to get through some seasons of that. I know. I haven't watched it. Yeah, you looked at Rivsy's, dude. Yeah, Rivsy is a moon king, dude. He's a moon king.
Voodoo stick or the gloves?
You have all the time to watch it. Well, I'm still working and stuff. It's not. I'm still working with quarantine going on, And we've been trying to do like more of the YouTube and Twitch stuff too, which just also takes a lot of time. But yeah, I definitely been watching some shows. I just finished Waco. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
Like these things.
Highly recommend it. It's a really good show. It's on Netflix. It's a pretty sad ending, but was it was a good show. I enjoyed it. I don't always work from home though, Andrew. I work from home some, but I have to go into the office to do like accounting stuff. And there's like I'm the only one in the office, so this stuff happening doesn't change my there's no other people in my office, right? So coronavirus stuff going on or whatever doesn't really change I have no additional like threat of going to work. Seen a lot more boomies on my server with ZG release. Good time to get more serious about the YouTube and such. Yeah, man. I mean, I think it works both ways. I think people in general have more time to play and are more interested in content because everyone's just at home. And then I think ZG is also really beneficial in playing something like a balanced Druid because you're competing for gear in a 20-man raid and a raid that's not as DPS demanding, right? So those factors are big. And there's just this phase with ZG in combination with BWL, we have access to a lot of hit gear now. So like we'll see. I haven't looked at the parses tonight. I think we're live logging it, but I haven't looked at it tonight. But I'm pretty sure we had a bunch of like our best fights tonight in Molten Core. And we had not all of our world buffs either. And I attribute a lot of that just to having more hit, right? Getting 9% hit as opposed to running 1% hit, which we were running the week before, is dramatically different. Nothing specific on this fight, T-Bird. You can just stand on you can stand on me on circle, and there's the 3 tanks are going to be tanking the ads. Just help heal all 3 of them. I have slots, Loopy. I have like 15 slots if you need me to hold something. Kill the tigers here, guys. Let's get a little more DPS on triangle. Kick that. Yeah, good. A little more DPS on skull. And bring them together. Kill the tigers, guys. Tigers, 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 tigers.
Try and stand behind her because you won't get knocked back as.
Everyone, cross your nipples. Cross your nipples. Fuck you, Carol. I love that macro. Damn it!
Fucking Carol indeed.
You want to roll on that, T-Bird? That's an upgrade for you, I think, isn't it? It's got more stats, more healing. Yeah.
Do you want to pull this stuff back or no?
Is there an herb over there? Yeah, we can grab these guys. Come here. Is Clark just running in circles?
I was grouping them for the AoE.
That's good. I like that technique. 100% the hit is amazing. I kept mining for jump run since balance can solo for gold.
Then stop taking herbs.
Tailoring for bloodvine, so no goggles. Wondering if I'll suffer a lot in DPS. So if you don't have the goggles and tailoring for blood, yeah, okay, so you don't have engineering, so you're mining and tailoring. Yeah, so it's not a big deal because in a perfect world you would get like the helm off of Nefarian anyway. That's gonna actually be better for you. You just have to bank on that drop, right? Which is kind of the downside. But I wouldn't worry about it too much, especially because like that helm that dropped off Jindo, that's a really, really good alternative.
Does anyone want this shot?
Arguably, that's probably more DPS, but it's just going to make you like burstier and a little bit less consistent because you're lacking the hit. But overall, you theoretically would be performing higher, I think, with that helm because it's a 41 spell power. Generally speaking, 1% hit and crit are kind of in the same category. They're around the value of 12 or so spell power. So if you think about it, you have 2 hit, 1 crit on the helm. So that's roughly 36 spell power. So overall damage wise, that blue helm off of Jindo you should be parsing consistency wise pretty similar between the two pieces. So it's not massive. I personally prefer the hit because I want the consistency. But as far as overall DPS, it shouldn't be too dramatic either way. Yeah, exactly. Hexar's cover has so much spell power with the enchant on it. Yeah, so it's not, I wouldn't worry about it at all. The main thing, in my opinion, the main reason you want engineering is if you like the whole like engineering and the trinkets and the bombs and you like use them for PvP and stuff like that. That's really the bigger value add of going engineering. IMO. 1200 wraths are amazing to see in phase 4, dude. I know. I love it. Popping toe up and then getting wrath crits are so sick. It's especially fun in PvP. I had a wrath crit earlier on a warrior for 1400 when I was in Silithus. And you know, they're like, just the fact now, like I'm no consumes, no buffs or anything, and wrath crits for 1000. Like hitting those benchmarks where you're just at, you know, normal wrath is over 500, your normal starfire's at 1000. Like those benchmarks just make the overall play style feel really good. Do boomkins have good AoE damage? We have very valuable AoE damage. So we have Hurricane, right? Hurricane itself can definitely do really good DPS.
We'll need to do it no matter what.
It's Hazara.
Oh, is it really?
Hazara?
Yeah, yeah. If you just hover over the tablet from this far, you can see it.
Oh, there's
And
4
I do
tablets.
need that one.
There's a tablet for each boss, and you have to like.
Oh
click
shit!
them to
Never
read
mind.
them.
Oh wow.
If it is the next one.
But yeah, Hurricane does a lot of damage. And the bigger thing with Hurricane is that it reduces their attack speed
I was gonna say if you have the browser, won't it?
by 20, I think it's 20 or 25%. So it actually mitigates a ton of damage. You can spare
Yeah, I
Spanish
also
Shaman
have,
Root.
it's not a brazier, it's a Mojo Madness.
Or yeah, shit, whatever it's called.
Not to mention Thorns, right? Which Thorns isn't specific. I mean, none of that stuff is specific to balance. Like, you could be a Resto Druid and still do that as well. But Hurricane's actually a really, really good
Put it back to like,
AoE ability. A good example is like a fight like the dogs at the beginning of Molten Core cause a bleed. right? And so reducing all of those dogs' attack speed while doing a lot of AoE damage actually has a ton of utility because you're mitigating a huge portion of damage just with your AoE and still putting out really good damage. So it's not like in every scenario that's gonna have value, but it's really unique value to balance. Like none of the other casters have that kind of utility with any of their AoE. So it's kind of a cool little component that we can utilize if you're aware of it. I have a nice MP5 with the goggles too. Yeah, Clawchrome mag instead of lock. Yeah, the MP5 is nice for sure. I mean, don't get me wrong, the goggles are really good. I really like the goggles, but having 0 spell damage on them is kind of a bummer. Like if I was able to get the helm off of Neff, I'm using that over the goggles 100% of the time.
I already have Gorilla.
Even though I really want the hit, I really like having the other offensive stats.
I thought it literally changed boss every week or 2 weeks or some shit.
It's supposed to be every 2 weeks.
Also, Hurricane does not scale much off his spell power, so any spec can pump. Yeah, exactly. The scaling with Hurricane is very low, and it's per tick, so having bonus spell power is very negligible as far as the actual overall damage done by the spell. So if you're casting Hurricane a lot, like right here, this is the buff I was talking about. Attack speed between casts is increased by 25%. So against melee mobs, all your tanks or whoever's taking damage is going to be taking 25% less damage than they would otherwise, which is a massive amount of mitigation. I think Thunderclap is like 10%, right? So it's 2.5 times the mitigation of Thunderclap.
Enchant up here, Obey.
And it does a ton of AoE damage, right? It's one of the things, like all the like value of balance that people don't really talk about. It does scale with spell power, but it's not a very high scale. I think like if I pop my toe up, I think it increases the damage of each tick by like 5 or something, to give you an idea. So it'd be probably, what would that be? 175, 5. So it'd be like 30% spell power scaling, something like that per tick. Or no, it'd be less than that, wouldn't it? It'd be like 5% per tick. It'd probably be like 40% over the entirety of the spell. The downside with Hurricane is that you're casting it in a location, right? So if for some reason someone else rips aggro, or the mobs run out of that location, then it's a 1 minute cooldown. You can't cast it again. That's really the only downside though.
Is he coming this way?
Barely not.
What I would want to know is if the Hurricane debuff stacks like Moonfire Dot.
Stay down, I'm pulling back. All the way back.
What do you mean stacks like Moonfire Dot? Like if it's 25% attack speed reduction on top of Thunderclap? Or if it like I think it just replaces Thunderclap. I think you can only have one of those type of debuffs. They don't stack, it's whichever one is stronger. Like I know, for example, Thunder Fury has a similar proc. And so once you basically have a Thunder Fury, your warriors don't need to Thunderclap anymore because the Thunder Fury proc takes precedence over Thunderclap, right? Because it's slightly better. I think it's like 12% or 15% or whatever the amount is that it changes the attack speed wise. God damn, that's why I love balance. Also, quick question: what add-on is it that's popping up your spells? Seems helpful to track what you're doing. I think you're talking about this one here on the left. It's called Trufi. T-R-U-F-F-I. T-R-U-F-I. I think there's only one F. There might be two. T-R-U-F-I. Trufi GCD. How true? Oh, I see what you're saying. If you're saying like if you had 2 hurricanes, would it stack? No. As far as the attack speed, both of you would do damage, but all of the mobs' attack speed would only be reduced by 25%. Generally, stuff like that in Classic, the mechanic is just only one of those types of mechanics can be applied at a time. So like the same with like slows, right? Like if there's 3 slows on a target, whichever one is the most slowiest slow is gonna be the one that actually is like working. We have a 10% slow and a 50% slow, both applied to a target. They're slowed for 50%. It's not like they combine or anything like that.
Fierce, I'm gonna pull this guy.
This is nice, dude. I have myself muted in Discord, so like everyone's having to like kind of call stuff themselves, so I'm not having to like actually like lead or anything. Everyone's kind of knows what to do. The slowy is slow, dude. I mean, the description makes sense, right? You know exactly what I'm saying. This pad is gonna pull, I think, right here. Yeah, we pulled him. So the next big push, guys, is I want to try and get Exalted as quickly as we can with ZG on this character because we want those enchants. That extra spell power on the enchant for the shoulders is going to be massive. The other thing that's really good about balance and what we were talking about earlier in engineering is that you can actually use all of the bombs in Moonkin form. So you can do things like sapper into hurricane or throw like a grenade in hurricane while in Moonkin form, which the other Druid forms don't have that ability. Like if you're playing against a Feral Druid or something, they have to shift out to actually use the bombs. Like you can't use bombs in Bear or Cat. Little nuance tip there. By the way, I think Fire Moss Clutch is way better for balance with that MP5 and way more spell power. I agree with you 100%. That's what we're using. Oops. Yeah, we have Fire Moss Clutch. I agree with you. Fire Moss is better. This is nice just because having more crit, like, that's a stat you really want because the burst is fun. But this is a more consistent DPS increase. 10 spell power is a lot. I mean, it's 25 versus 35. It's literally 50% more spell power.
I can't remember what it's called.
Super convenient. Yeah, man. There's a lot of cool little tricks with
the fight to him. It's
balance that are very specific to Moonkin form. Moonkin form has a lot of interactions that are not the same with any of the other forms because it's considered a humanoid form. Good thing we fairy fired there, right? T-Bird here, just spam heals on Hungry. If I call it out, he's focusing you and you need to stop casting entirely. But I'll call it out in Discord. Mishko, stop attacking. Mishko, stop attacking. Mishko, stop attacking. Dry is down. I got battle res for you, Dry.
No, I'm stoned.
Oh.
Rancid, stop, Rancid.
Whirlwind. Cormac. Sinister, stop attacking.
Does that include stopping healing?
I believe so.
You can't do anything.
Just stand there. Don't hit escape twice and stand there. Whirlwind.
It's the AFK debuff.
Biggie, stop. Oh, damn.
What, we get the raptor?
No. But we got the tanking sword.
Oh man, that brings me back memories. That was my first, like, I think that was my first epic weapon.
The tanking sword?
Remember, you can mount up, guys.
Friendly reminder, all the idols are round robin throughout the entire raid, so if you've already received one, do not roll until everybody else in the raid has it.
I just wanted to see what I'd roll.
Congrats, Cormac.
Mana igniting cord's good for PvP. Yeah, it's definitely good for PvP. It's definitely good. I mean, it would be fun and be useful for like a crit set if you have a handful of pieces with crit on them. I feel like crit becomes more viable when you like getting between, you know, 10% or 14% is kind of useless, right? But if you're able to get like to like a 20% or 25% breaking point of crit, I feel like that would be more useful, or be able to itemize where you're actually crit capped at 40%. But it's pretty hard to in the current, oh shit. It's pretty hard in the current like gear that's available to get that high on crit. But yeah, I like crit a lot for PvP as well. A car cloak looks nice. Yeah, dude. You mean like visually, like the way it actually like looks, the model? I agree. It's a 6 sword. I really like that sword a lot. Great tanking sword. 15 stam on that thing. 1.9 attack speed. Oh, don't disenchant the legs. Sorry, I missed you link that. Loopy.
Do you want those frostbite?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's for legs. Nice, guys. I think we got those legs. You can see like that. This is a good example, right? Hurricane right here. We're at 350 DPS. Hurricane's 60% of our damage done on those big AoE pulls like that. Oh. So I actually really like these legs a lot for PvP because they have 20 int, 20 stam. So these are massive. 28 spell power, but they're just itemized really well for PvP. So like throw the Druid enchant on those. What is that? It's like another 10 int, 10 stam, something like that.
Oh, and one more spider pack there.
Yeah, well, I agree. I like the model of that cloak a lot too. It's really clean looking. The drunk effect trips me out, dude. Every time like it happens and it goes away and it like zooms in, zooms out, it's like my eyes always like bug out, dude.
match, fading potion down.
All right, guys, we have a really important question. If you could be one Pokemon, what would you be? You had to be one Pokemon. You're like a werewolf, but in Pokemon form. Like you transform into this Pokemon at midnight every night. Which Pokemon are you? We only have one shaman here for poison cleanse. I might have to cleanse myself.
You can kick the train leg, guys.
What the hell Pokemon are you guys naming? I've never even heard. Mega Septile? What? Rayquaza? Are you guys just making up Pokemon names? Is this some new version of Pokemon that I don't know about? He's like the new like space age Pokemon? Oh, nice, dude. It's actually a good drop. It's actually really solid for like PvP stuff. I think I'll probably pass on it though. I want that ring, but I don't need that ring. It would be like just like something I'd use for my open world set. Rayquaza, Ditto, I know. Ditto, hey, Oboe, yes, I agree with that. I like Ditto, dude.
Is that ring gonna be caster prio?
It's DPS prio.
DPS, okay. Just
Melee
wondering.
DPS prio.
I think he meant the epic ring.
Charizard.
I'm at the epic, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Definitely DPS prio.
Just run around blowing fire on people. Rayquaza. I literally have never heard. Rayquaza and Mega Septile I've never heard of. I feel like you're talking about like Digimon. Green Serpent Dragon with the one of the older-ish movies. Generation 3 and 5. Oh, okay, well, so, yeah. So I'm thinking my Pokemon knowledge extends to Generation 1. That's it.
Are we gonna jump down?
Yeah, we're gonna jump down, guys. We're just gonna pull the one up.
Never heard of Mega Septile either.
Oh, you said don't jump down.
Yeah, all of these like class specific pieces that you turn into gear are not gonna be +1s. Just roll in them if you want them.
What's going on here? We gotta start dispelling. Yeah, I agree. Ditto is the ultimate choice because you could just turn into every other Pokemon. So you don't even have to pick. You could always just turn into whatever you want. That's the play right there. Infinite opportunity. Lame. So I pulled out my Pokemon card collection the other day to show my girlfriend because I was just, you know, bragging about how cool I am with all my Pokemon cards. And my most prized card, these are all like the OG Pokemon. This is like the first 150. It's not like any of the other ones after that. So it's all the first 150. That's the extent of my like Pokemon knowledge or like Pokemon card collection stuff. My most prized card is a first edition holographic Ditto. Boom. How jealous are you guys? First edition holographic Ditto. Someday, that'll be worth at least like $10. Maybe by the time I'm like 60 or something, there'll be some value. See, this is like the downside here. We cast the Hurricane there, and then these guys pulled aggro right away, so it's like the mana and the damage is lost. Which gets kind of frustrating, but... Okay, on this fight, please remember melee, do not run in until the boss is transformed at 50%. All melee focus on the snakes. We can have Hungry tank the snakes at the bottom of the stairs. Dry is going to pull the boss over to the fire. GG. Please let Dry get in position. Don't rip aggro on the boss before you can get him in the right position. Okay, melee DPS the snakes.
Take your pets off the boss too.
Oh, Beck, you can also grounding totem that holy fire if when you see him cast it. You purge the renew, please. Okay, 50% melee go in.
I didn't know it was possible to grounding totem that, but interesting.
Yeah. You can't usually, like, if I'm on my Shaman, what I do is I like run up kind of and like I jump and then turn like 180 to drop it behind me and then run back out so I don't chain lightning. But yeah, you can grounding it and it should be up like every time. It negates a ton of damage because that holy fire hits super hard. I think it hits for like 2400, I think. Like the initial hit, pretty chunky.
Going twice. That's Icor.
Dude, I really like this cloak a lot. I really want to get this on my Shaman.
I'll take it if no one needs.
We have one more boss, guys.
I'll roll for Osback unless a priest can use it.
It's not as good as Tier 2 for us, so. You and Glar want to roll Osbeck?
I'll give it to him. Classic set is below offset.
Okay. And then these bindings. Anybody want those? well, I mean, those are always off spec. They're like never gonna be a +1.
Guys, we're gonna leave a bat to tame.
Who wants to tame a bat?
I think you'll have to like pull it separately, won't you? We can't attack it at all, really.
I think I should be able to distract your shot.
Yeah, as long as you just distracted it away.
Yeah, just pull it down. Just mark it so no one grabs it. Okay, yeah, let's do. Don't touch square. Don't touch circle. We all marked it with different stuff. There's actually 3 marks. Someone also threw a triangle in on that one too.
The moment hunters marked, everyone was like, ah, mark it.
You might want to cross trap it because it might silence you, but we'll see.
Yeah, he did. Kill X. Nice. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Like sprinting at it. They did not get the tiger.
That happened to me in RFK when I was trying to get the boar. My ally just kept hitting it so you couldn't even tame it.
Is there something specific with that bat, like why you want one of the bats out of here?
The fastest attack speed.
Oh, that's right. I do remember that. Yeah.
Before I disenchant these, does anybody want either of those for off spec or main spec? Nobody rolled before. I'm just double checking.
Focus skull, guys. Oof.
Rip.
Fate, did you already get a son of Hakar?
What?
Did you get a son of Hakar, the serpent?
No. I don't know if I wanted that bad. I don't know.
The reason why the bat is better because it's on par with Broken 2 speed.
Yeah.
Well, isn't the bat 1.2?
No, that's 1.0.
Oh, is it really?
The 100 reduction to melee attack or AP.
The spell, the ability or whatever.
Yeah, Screech lowers attack power.
Yeah.
Yeah, because whenever I get in here on Mobek, I'm gonna need to tame the spirit of a car, or son of
The
or
sun.
whatever they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my favorite pet in the game is the
Yeah, they have
the
the max
suns.
rank lightning breath.
Yeah. I was telling Guns too, it's really OP with the lightning breath is you can if you take growl off of like auto cast, you can macro the lightning breath and you can basically get 2 lightning breaths off like immediately because it's
that's the
50
fun part, 'cause
focus.
they cast it at range. It's 20-yard range.
Yeah, and it's 50 focus, so you can burn through your 100 focus like in a really big burst, so it's like a really, really good burst pet. Like that paired with aim shot is a lot of like initial burst rather than
It's
like
really good for
consistent DPS.
anti-mages.
Yeah. What's special about the bat for hunters? The bats in here, so all the hunter pets have different like attributes. So their armor's slightly different, their attack speed's different, and even the same like species of pet has different attack speeds between models. So like a rare spawn could have a 1 second like attack speed, which is why Broken Tooth is so good, because the amount of spell knockback that it gives casters is really high. So this bat in here has the same spell knockback. Cats have more offensive damage, but the bats are like a little bit more defensive, I believe, as far as like their base stats, but they have like this screech that's like a demoralizing shout. So it's a little more utility than the cat. So that one has a 1 second attack speed. Watch out for this pat to our left here. The Sons of Hakar, the Wind Serpents, are my favorite hunter pet though. Because their lightning breath special ability is ranged, which is really nice. Because if your pet gets like Frost Nova'd or something like that, you can
Frost
still.
Mages, I'm selling this High Counselor's Bracers of Frozen Wrath.
You can still do good damage. Why do we have this thing on us? For this fight, T-Bird, just stand back here on me. Range stand over here on me. And then Fate, can you stand in the middle? Stand like up here. All ranged and healers, get back here on me. But yeah, my favorite pet is the Sons of Hakar because the lightning breath is ranged and it's 50 focus, so you can basically instantly rage dump all of your rage into your special ability because you can cast 2 lightning breaths back to back. It has no cooldown, so it gives your pet a lot more burst than most of the other hunter pets. Fate, can you scoot up? T-Bird, get back on me. Be standing on me. He's gonna charge. You want him to charge Fate and not you. Curse? You need to spell curse. One of the mages. Can you dispel Jiraiya, please? Decurse Jiraiya. Nice, we got another one. Seen those rings a bunch. I think it's all you, Wummy.
Go Dog Millie.
Dog Millie. Watch out for the group here on the right, guys, as you come down the hill. We didn't kill them. I'll mark them. Make sure no one pulled that. Go. Shit. Jump in the corner here, guys. Yeah, if you come up the corner, you can come up here. Down here.
Anyone want this for off spec? Check Link's Crusher.
Looks like a really good Boomkin mace, dude.
Oh yeah.
Then beat that 72.
Maybe Boom can get.
Bitch!
Oh, wow. Can't taunt him like that, he'll show up.
Oh wait, my bags are full.
Wow.
Guess it goes to me.
Kick him, kick him.
Focus the Soul Flare. Hibernating one of the suns. Stop DPSing the suns. Finish off the Soul Flare. Focus the Shadow Hunter. Get on the Priest here. Hibernating the sun. Kill the Witch Doctor, guys. Witch Doctor. Okay, we'll put this on. We're gonna get another sun spawn here in a second. I do legit want to try a Moonkin Hand of Rag setup where we run all like attack power gear and run around with Hand of Rag. Bah. Bah. Dude, see that? Max DPS right there. 44 DPS. Okay, after we get this last res, let's move up over here. Pull totems up here as well, please. Pull totems, pull totems. It's okay, everyone come over here and pull totems. T-Bird, come over here. Cormac, come over here. Hungry, come over here. Here, I'm gonna grab this sun, we'll pull him over. Jesus. Bah. Bah.
Were you enjoying that hammer while you had it, Coach?
Yeah, you like that? Bah. Just getting ready for my Hand of Rag build, dude. You want to pull the other Pat down this side? Or you want to fight over there?
They're grouping up. It's like both right now.
Okay, let's wait up here in the middle, guys. Pull totems up here, please. Everyone come up here. Sinister.
Probably don't want to fight up here because it's spheres. We should probably pull them back to the platform behind us.
What's the whole group?
There's a sun coming this way too.
I'll hibernate the Soul Flare. Oh, what just happened? That was weird. Hibernating the Soul Flare. Pull them down.
Coming down.
Do I have the ZG trinket yet? I do not have the ZG trinket, no. There's not that many people that still need it, so if I don't get it tonight, we'll get it sometime in the next, like, clear or two, because we have it as DPS, caster DPS prio. Supposedly, it sims significantly higher than TOEP. Oh, I was going to talk about that earlier, because someone had mentioned that as well. But I'm pretty sure the main reason that the ZG trinket is so much more DPS for us is because we gain the buff for, because it's 20 seconds over 15, so potentially 2 more casts than we would with TOEP. So assuming you're only able to use it once in a fight, you actually gain a lot of DPS with ZG trinket over TOEP because of our cast time being so long. Yeah, we should. We should. Yeah, we should kill it. Just focus the Soul Flare first. Get out of the poison, guys. Can you call the timer, Loopy?
Yeah. Fades or Icor. At like 30 seconds, I'm gonna call out for one of you guys to come, or not come, to grab.
How can I not know who Mega Septile is?
In this fight, we need to have the poison on us for part of it. So when we call to grab it, don't decurse.
Yeah, see, I don't watch anime or like follow anime stuff at all. So yes, I did miss all of that. You get about 6 Starfires, and the 6th one has 91 spell power. Yes. Yeah. It's not... I don't think it's that... I don't think it drops off that much because it's 17 spell power drop off per cast, and it starts, I think, at, what, 200 or 20 something? So I think I did the math, and it's around... You end up being around, like, 140 or something like that with the last one.
Would one of you guys prefer doing it so that we don't accidentally get 2?
But... 20-second duration is really significant as far as options that gives us. Less bro, more weeb. I respect to Moonkin from Rest of the Day after getting Lockamere. Loot Council didn't kill you, shockingly. Nice, man. Congratulations. It's a big weapon, man. It's a big pickup. It's a weapon makes balance feel very, very good. Are you going to be rating as balanced from here on out? You want a ready check real quick?
Hey, Fate, do you want to grab one of the suns? I marked them both. Oh god, Claire's down.
Yo, coach.
Sun's up.
Coach.
Kill moon, guys. Kill moon.
Yo, coach.
Focus moon.
Oh, I'm dead.
First moon bush. Gotta die fast. Everybody stand in it.
Keep your eye.
Keep your eye out.
Heals on hungry.
Spell.
Heals on hungry still. Hungry's MC. Sheep hungry, please. Heals on Jiraiya. What's the timer on the blood? Heals are sheep dry, heals on hungry, sheep dry.
Can you go grab one, Fade?
Sheep dry again. Don't break dry out.
Okay, focus the sun that's up. It's not marked.
Everyone kill the sun in the back.
Okay, stack on it, guys, stack. Just grab it.
Heals are on dry, heals are on dry. Heals are on dry. Oh no.
For corrupted blood.
Spread out.
You should die from this. Nice job, guys.
Why am I still attacking?
Either way, chaining them together is really, really strong. Yeah, I agree. 100%. 97, dude. Let's go. Hey. Did we? Nice, dude. The eye of a card.
Yeah. They kept wiping on the Panther boss because of a stupid pull for some reason. It was like through the wall. Sounded so dumb.
Huh.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Grats, coach.
Hey, thank you, thank you.
Okay, the eye of a card. This looks pretty decent.
We have 15 minutes. We should kill Kazranka.
Not for you, Shara.
Oh, I can't read.
Jeez.
I haven't done the quest thing yet. What do I have?
Strict upgrade for you guys. It's like a side grade for me.
Guess we should ask Fate. Cause he'd be
Fate
the one.
and Silent.
It's only like 18 more attack power for me. It's not huge.
Take it.
Grats, Fate. And then a shield that I've never seen before.
Nice, guys. We didn't get the cloak, but we got the heart of a car. So we're gonna have our ZG trinket here. So this will be some fun burst between that and Toep. I think that'll be actually really massive. We'll put some macros together. I'll figure out how to kind of chain those and kind of play with that. I'm excited. That'll be fun.
Dry, hungry, either of you guys need that. Otherwise, we can off spec.
Yeah.
You guys aren't getting it.
Fuck, I don't know. I want it, but I don't really. It's like.
Just take it.
You should take it for a block set. I mean, just because if you're taking...
The only reason I want it is for the plus defense, because it already... Drill Boreal already has the plus
I just want it for the high vendor value.
It's just for the defense, because I know...
Yeah, take it.
There's some bosses that you need.
Yeah, try. Just grab it. You're a real tank.
This means the cloak is dropping. We'll get the cloak one day. One day we'll get it.
Too late. He already has it.
No 69.
So I still have the quest to turn into Duskwall Marsh for whatever this thing is. Does someone else have the stuff to summon it?
I have the fish, but I've turned in
I haven't looked up what I'm supposed to do for this yet. Yeah. Oh, but I agree with you. It'll be interesting to see. I think chaining these is going to be massive for our DPS on these shorter fights for sure. Having that uptime of just increased spell power for the entire fight's going to be big. Though my DPS is almost bottom even after getting Bloodvine 3P. About to get Goggles. Yeah, man, it depends on... I don't know how good your guild is or how, you know, how much DPS your group's pulling, but it's tough to be high on the meters as balance. You can compete, but with rogues and warriors, it's really tough. But assuming you're equally buffed as other casters, you should be somewhat close.
I always remember Red going this way.
I think they're just.
Bloodvine's big though, and the goggles are big. If you can get around 10 or 12% spell hit, I think is a massive benchmark. You got to throw Supreme Power on with both trinkets, dude. I know. We'll do it soon here. I think what my plan is when the next Dark Moon Fair that comes around, I think we're gonna try and get full world buffs, and I'm gonna pop a consume. We'll pop a flask for that with the Dark Moon Fair buff. I think is the plan. And see how we can do parse wise if we just stack everything. Flasks are just so expensive on my server. They're like 250 gold. Yeah, I think a few extra pieces will do the trick. So another big upgrade, a big thing you can try and get your hands on are these shoulders, Abyssal Cloth, a mice. I don't know how that word's pronounced, but of sorcery. We got these today, and they drop from the summonable raid bosses in Silithus. And they're shoulders with 15 spell power and 1% hit. So it's a really good way to get some more hit and not lose out on other stats.
Keep going.
The only like comparable alternative is Mantle of the Blackwing Cabal, but even those are not even, I wouldn't even say they're kind of an upgrade, but they're more of like a side grade in my opinion. Like if you're not around 10 or 12% hit cap or hit percentage, I would say that the hit shoulders would have priority as far as maxing your DPS.
What we got, Night Fin?
Yeah, you want some soup?
Yeah.
Do raw mats? Yeah, like for the flask, yeah. No, I know. I have some Black Lotus and stuff as well. It's not like I would be having to spend 250 gold to do it. It's just that's the value of it on our server. So it's just, you know, flasks were 100 gold. Get in the water, guys. So yeah, stops evade bugging. Glar, you do have this stuff to summon the boss?
Yeah.
Are we able to summon him, or is there a reason we're clearing all this right now?
Because I need more
Need
fish.
to get the fish.
Oh.
I only have 2 of the 5 fish needed. But I don't see more pools.
Here's one.
There's one right here.
I also saw one on the other side of where you summon him. There's at least 2 more.
Rest of us can keep going.
Amos. Amos. Whatever. You pronounce it however you want. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, this is a really huge pickup. Mostly because I literally didn't even know these existed until like 2 days ago when Ribsy told me about them. So I'm super hyped on these. Then we just have, like our list of gear we're trying to, upgrade and replace is just getting shorter and shorter. We're finally getting the last few pieces we need. So I'm excited to see how we're able to perform as we get closer and closer to our best in slot. First time seeing them, how many people does one need to kill that boss? It's a 20-man boss. So it's kind of convoluted. The easiest way, I can explain or answer any questions you have on it. I posted a video like yesterday or the day before kind of explaining the Cenarian rep. And then we streamed earlier and we did some of the bosses. So you can kind of see that content if you're unfamiliar with it, because the Cenarian circle stuff's a little confusing. But you basically need 15 of the cultist outfits. Someone has to be revered with Cenarian Circle in order to summon the boss. From what I understand, because you can't actually get the rep turn-in item that you need until someone's revered. On my server, someone specifically summons those bosses and invites people and does these gold bid raids where people bid on the items to buy the items. So he does it kind of like to make gold while also getting rep, it's like a win-win for him. So there might be someone on your server doing the same thing. If you go to Cenarian Circle, a lot of times you can see people running the groups. Or if that's not happening on your server, that might be a gold making opportunity for you if you want to be the Silithus guy spawning the bosses. I've always loved balanced druids. Thanks for streaming. Hey, glad to hear that, Zach. Yeah, you're welcome, man. I'm glad that get some people in here hanging out and enjoying the content. It's fun. I've been enjoying it a lot too. With the 18 spell power enchant, those shoulders are actually viable for Moonkin. So if you think about it, the only other alternative in current content, and I think even in like phase 5 and stuff, I think Nax there's some options possibly, but the Mantle of the Blackwing Cabal, I was talking about this earlier. If we pull this up right, these are 34 spell power. So you're basically trading 19 spell power for 1% hit. I would argue that the intellect variance is negligible. So the Mantle of Blackwing Cabal, statistically speaking, based off of how stat weights are, should be overall more DPS. However, when you're running with world buffs and consumables, hit starts to scale harder, because if you're gaining a massive amount of stats in the form of crit, right? If you're gaining 20% crit chance from world buffs, being hit capped is way more important than when you're not running with those buffs, because every time you miss, you are benefiting from those buffs 0. Like there's no benefit you gain from those buffs if you're missing it all. So in my opinion, the more like consumables and raid buffs and things you're using, the more value actual hit rating has. So comparing it like universally, this is how much value like spell power like compared to hit is really hard to do, because in my opinion, if you're running consistently with world buffs, hit rating should be even more of a priority as far as your itemization, where you should be basically itemized for hit cap in your gear and then be gaining as much of the actual buffs via consumables and world buffs if you're able to get them. If you're not playing with world buffs, if you're not really prioritizing that at all,
I got the 5th.
or your guild doesn't do it, or it's too hard on your server, or your server's relatively dead, or whatever the reason is, if you're not really hardly ever playing with world buffs, then I wouldn't worry about it. But for us, the vast majority of content that we do, as far as like farm content and stuff right now, we do world buffs. So for me, in my setup of the gear I'm trying to itemize for, is I really value hit a lot, because as far as like from a parsing perspective and things like that, I want to have as high a chance to hit as possible without losing too many stats. I'll check the video out. Yeah, man, check the video out, and if you have questions, like, I reply back to like literally like every comment. So if you have questions, if I'm not streaming, you can always comment on a video and I'll be able to get back to you within like a day at the worst case. Usually it's quicker than that. What add-on is it? Then you mouse over something. It's tiny tooltips. You mean like the thing that shows the tooltip down here? Shade? This is called tiny tooltips.
Sub can do the bracers. Or no, is that strength that you got?
It's tiny tooltips, and you can go in, if we go to interface,
Yeah, I can do bracers.
tiny tooltip here, and you can click this, and I can unlock this anchor. You see here, and I can move it. So I have it anchored right here at the bottom.
Everyone in the water.
Oh, there's another trick that I saw on this too. We can try it next week. Is you can stand underneath the tooth of that statue, and it does the same thing. And you're up on land, so it's a little bit easier.
Just in the water. Just don't want to take fall damage.
Kill this fish back here. Oh, damn. We got the fishing pole?
Are you serious? What the fuck? Wow.
Wait,
it's not really a fishing pole, right?
No, it's a fish terminator. It kills fish.
Is that just like an off-spec roll?
Yeah.
No, can you fish with it?
I want a main spec here.
Hey, real quick, guys, while we're here, just before I forget to show you guys where I'm standing. The raid can stand under this.
And they would all be off spec. You can't main spec this.
Well, I don't want it anyway.
Why not?
Because it's not your main spec.
I'll use it in raid then.
I don't want you doing that.
Do you guys see where I'm standing right here?
Speed is perfect.
Hey, for next week. Oh, I'm muted.
Okay.
Hey, for next week, do you guys see where I'm standing right here? We should try it right here, because if you stand under the tooth, it doesn't knock you up right here. Like I'm jumping, but it's not letting me jump. So this is another way we can do that fight where we're out on land, so it's a little bit easier to see and stuff.
Don't we want to not be stacked on the tank though, because of his breath?
It's like, it does like very little damage. It's a frost breath too, so you can drop frost resist totem.
Alright guys, I'm gonna head off.
Yeah, good raid tonight, guys. Good run.
Good night.
Thanks everyone for sticking around for ZG. Really clean. Thank you.
We will send people bijous depending on how many we have. Coach,
Yeah.
I can give you all mine.
Yeah, we'll go through and do it. Man, my bags are full, so don't do it right now. But thanks for coming, guys. We'll see you guys on Thursday for BWL. You can't fish with it. I rolled on it, but I didn't win it. Did I do the Wrath versus Starfire test? The basic conclusion is that Wrath does more damage per second if you don't have Curse of Shadows. It'll also make you run out of mana faster, but it does do more damage. Is that what you mean? A lot of the fights we have in our raid, we do have Curse of Shadows, so I haven't been using it instead on like boss fights, on most boss fights, for example. But let me see. Turn this. We are going to hop off for the night, though, guys. Yeah, Daniel. Yeah, I mean, I am using Wrath a lot when stuff doesn't have curse on it, but when you have the bonus from Curse of Shadow, Starfire does pull ahead for sure. But like always, guys, thanks so much for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. Had a good time. We got a lot of bosses down tonight. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. We'll be back for sure on Thursday with next raid. We'll see if I can squeeze in any other streams before then. Maybe run some stuff on the Shaman or whatever. Or just, you know, chill and just have like kind of like a hangout stream. So thanks for hanging out, guys. I do appreciate it. But with that being said, guys, I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.